Oddly enough, I want to talk about Jon Voight, and I want to talk about how I now believe that he may have something to do with me being blacklisted, and how I have been gaslit for 15 years, and I'm tired of it. And do not comment on this if you don't believe me. I don't care if you don't believe me. I am not crazy. I was a Maryland Distinguished Scholar. I was Phi Beta Kappa at Mensa. And as a woman, I am so disgusted with the fact that I have been reduced to the point where people do not believe how intelligent I am or even know how intelligent I am because of men like Jon Voight, who have basically been denying me the basic rights because they want to put somebody like Donald Trump in office in the presidency, and the fact that the U.S. government is helpless. It does nothing for people like me. It has done nothing. It just feeds the system. I would love to be able to get a lawyer to sue Homeland Security, my father, and the people in the industry who've been blacklisting me, because I believe very strongly now that I was blacklisted the same way that people were blacklisted in the 50s. But I'm an American citizen who believes that this country is secular, who went to law school, and I am not practicing law. You're not going to be able to hand me a job where I'm going to be happy. Because I got a theater degree and a master's in performing arts management, and the only industry I wanted to work in was the entertainment industry. The only industry I was driven to work in. You basically took away the reason I want to get out of bed. And I am tired of it. I don't care if you think I have bad behavior. I don't care if you think it's nuts how obsessive I am about wanting to be an actor. I am never going to be obsessed about some celebrity moron with a man who wants to marry me. I do not want a husband if I can't have my own money, my own career, and I can't be respected as an intelligent, capable, talented woman. I made $927 last year running lines with actors because I'm worth something to the acting community. I will never care about being worth something to Homeland Security or worth something to the federal government. I'm not interested in some boring, dull job that doesn't allow me to have an imagination because you guys want to lobotomize my brain and force me into a job that gets a guaranteed paycheck for my mother who's Christian. My mother wants me to be successful. She's written me letter after letter with Bible quotes in it. Well, my idea of success is I get to say I'm an actor. I would rather make less money and be able to keep the roof over my head and be an actor than make tons of money at a job that makes me want to end my own life because I hate it so much. Now, this is Michael Laverne Green. Michael Laverne Green and I worked on multiple sets together. He might have even worked with me on Grey's Anatomy. He showed up into my world in 2007. I was working on set a lot. I saw him more than I saw Lee Ryder. In fact, we might have worked on this set together. This was a cowboy thing. I worked on several like rodeo shows and Hallmark stuff. And he wanted to work on Cloverfield, showed up and couldn't get on. He was trying to what was called specking. He was union at that point. He worked on a movie called Blood Money, which he got a credit for on IMDb. I did not. Even though I'm pretty sure I didn't get paid to work on that set, I was supposed to get a credit for it. David H. Lawrence hit on me on that set, basically. Asked for my number, got my number, contacted me, asked me out for dinner. I said no. And then years later, I filed charges against him with SAG-AFTRA along with a bunch of other people because he basically kept harassing me. He was slandering me behind my back because I wouldn't go out with him. He was slandering me about Blake Shelton-Bromovich without... Dwayne Wilson, who is a celebrity from Star Trek, made some comments about me being crazy because she looked at me, I guess, and judged me on my looks. I can't be an actor, right? Because I'm not blonde, beautiful, and sexy. I don't care about being beautiful. I'm not wearing any makeup right now, by the way. I don't care. I don't looking good if I can't be an actor, and I don't care about looking good for a guy because I'm never going to love you if I can't say I'm an actor because my parents never loved me. They would never accept me for who I am. My parents just use the word love as a way of manipulating me. Because unless they accept the fact that I want to be an actor, want to work in the entertainment industry, they will never love me. Because I will be miserable for the rest of my life and hate them because they won't let me go and do what I want with my life. I am an adult, not a child. I am so disgusted with the concept of this. Every time you talk about a child who's being abused by their parents, an adult child, you refer them to them as an adult child. They're not children, they are adults. And the fact that parents are allowed to reduce the children that they abuse, the adult children that they abuse, into still being children is disgusting. The The mental health community of America needs to let go of family values and allow for the next generation to escape the prior generation's abuse. Otherwise, we are going to end up with more and more tyrants like Donald Trump running this country, and more tyrants like the guys who showed up in my life, Michael Laverne Green, who worked for Homeland Security like my dad. He and Lee Kabarian, Lee Ryder, have emails from them admitting the fact they know my father. I'd like to sue Homeland Security if they have anything to do with the fact that I believe my phone is being hacked. I'm not getting emails. I don't have the right, apparently, to post. I'm having trouble posting things online. I want the freedom to be able to be an artist and an actor. And if I can't have that freedom, then I want to stop existing. And it needs to stop. Because I will never work for the government, because I do not trust the government anymore, because you remind me of my abusive father. And my father, when I was a kid, wouldn't listen to me when I had to go to the bathroom, and I still remember how much pain I was in. So don't you dare, government, tell me my father's not an abusive tyrant and a moron. This is Lee Ryder. His real name is Lee Kabarian. He worked on Cloverfield with me. And he also worked on another show. And I think the other show is Shark Swarm, which starred John Schneider. Okay? John Schneider is a pro-life advocate. Pro-life. And he works with Will Wallace. This is from Will Wallace's acting. Will Wallace was my acting teacher in 2003. And if I'd known he was a pro-life advocate and a closet Republican probably, I would have never worked with him. I went to work. I didn't even, guess what, Will? I had never seen The Thin Red Line. I mean, I'd heard about it. I heard about your father. I have not seen any Terrence Malick movies. You made the presumption maybe that I was a fan, but I took your class because a girl at TVI told me to. And then you figured out I was a lawyer, and then you asked me to join your studio privately, convinced me to drop TVI, and gaslit me. I'm guessing part of that was about my dad, right? I had a theater degree. Will Wallace studied math. He doesn't have an acting background or an acting training. He became an actor on a whim. He went to law school, worked as a law, I guess, and decided one day he was going to pick up the phone and call some of his friends and work on as an actor because his stepmom is married to Terrence Malick. Oh yeah, and I did a movie with Nikki Kloss, who was a student of his and also used to teach at his school. Nikki Kloss, I'm hoping she's okay. She posted comments online saying she's actually for women being allowed to have abortions. Good for you, Nikki Kloss. I was the woman who played the store clerk in the movie The Pearl that I shot with you that has been removed from IMDb, and I'm kind of guessing it's removed from IMDb not because of me, because Nikki Kloss and Will Wallace, I doubt that they're still having a copacetic relationship. And if you're not, I'd like to talk to you about it, Nikki, because I'd like to tell you my side of what happened. And the guy at the end of this gurney, that is Lee Ryder, Lee Kabarian. Like, I don't know why he goes under this Lee Ryder name. There's a guy named Lee Ryder who was a porn star, who was gay. Lee Ryder is a Christian military school guy, MAGA. And this is also, again, see, Lee Ryder actually says, I'm Lee Kabarian in this little statement. I've been with Stardust since 1997. I am terrified of him. He has called the cops, is claiming friends to check on me. He's had the police in California harass me. We are not friends. He's a MAGA Republican, and I'm a Democrat. I hate the Republican Party. I am not a Christian. I am sick and tired of Christian nationalism. I am sick and tired of the fact that Christianity runs law enforcement in this country to the extent that I can't get justice and I can be driven to want to end my life by my own parents and my own family and by my own union. I want to walk back into SAG-AFTRA and have them apologize to me because I really went to law school and I didn't do anything wrong. I do not want a job. I do not want a career. I do not want a future if I cannot be an actor. I went to law school to fight for my right to be an artist and my right to have First Amendment speech because I was allowed to talk when I was a kid. I wasn't allowed to express my opinions, and I am tired of America sliding back into Gilead because you people worship men like this guy. Stop listening to men who believe in Donald Trump. Stop listening to men who want to put women back into the kitchen as the help. Stop listening to men who want to destroy women's careers for their parents. No more of this patriarchy stuff. No more of listening to men who want to violate women's rights, who want to destroy women's sanity and well-being.